Had a little mishap earlier. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Man, it's a lot of light. Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. Definitely appreciate all the love and support I've been getting, you know what I mean, on my channel or whatnot. Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely gonna get in this behind the scenes Kodak Black. I see he been streaming a lot lately, you know what I mean? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Hey. Oh, yeah? Oh, you said we was smiling, yeah? Hey, look, bro, you too close to our face, bro. You too close to our face, bro. All right.
See you later. We match?
Yeah, I thought about that.
Okay,
Don't leave
color
me yet.
orange.
Don't leave me yet.
What you mean? I'm gonna go to my jeweler real quick.
Where at?
Well, my jeweler.
Like, share, and subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. Get them likes up.
So why you there? So why you there? Yeah, fuck that anyway.
Don't say that. You wanna go inside his house?
Kodak be tripping.
Who do I think I'm hard?
I think you're hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want my heart?
Yeah, bro.
Keep it.
I want you and your number in ha ha ha.
Damn, what do you got? Muted?
This shit right here, man. Yeah, this person, I like it. Let's get in the truck. Come on. Let's get in the truck. I like this person, bro. Yeah.
Get them likes up. Get them likes up, man. Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media.
And then, God. Yeah. And then I'll be right here. When you're done. Okay?
You said Kodak is one of the hardest out? Yeah, I will, you know, yeah. You could, you could argue, you know, you could say that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, now.
Make sure y'all get them likes up.
Let's go, play. Yo, hey, so is he in this though?
He said people be trying to play with him because he on that, but he be on point, yeah.
Yo, come on, bro. Yo, yeah. Hey, girlfriend, come here, girlfriend.
Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? They did hit me with a little strike. You know what I mean? But it's all to the good though. You know, I had posted the whole 4 extra situation, so you know. But it's all good.
All right, so who do some construction, man? I need some contractors, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah? Yeah, let's get up. Yeah, let's get up. Hey, my girlfriend, come here, my baby. What you need done? Are you good? You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, that really happened to 4 extras. Yeah. Hell yeah, it really did. It really did. Oh yeah, for sure. It really did happen. Get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. You know what I'm saying? Get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel, Tay Luciano Media. But yeah, that really did happen to 4 extras. Like yeah, he was actually showing it. You know what I mean? On his live earlier, and apparently, you know, there you have it. You know what I mean? I really don't even want to say too much because how YouTube be, but yeah, he pretty much, yeah, it's gone. It's up out of there. You know what I mean? And he only down to 1.
Oh, you golden. I like this relationship. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Dale.
Dale, look.
Oh, no, go down. Go down.
But that's up.
You say you think 607 put a spell on him? Pfft, man, I heard that, but I doubt it. The fact of the matter is, you know what I'm saying, he was playing with fireworks. So it's like, you know, you gotta really take that into consideration. You feel me?
Hell no.
If I do out too bad,
Ain't coming with us.
it's all with me, bro. It's all tough life.
Yeah, I mean, that's him, you know, moving around quickly, not thinking, maybe not even paying attention all the way fully, but shit, you know, he definitely, you know what I'm saying, he was playing with fireworks. So it's like, at the end of it all, I mean, what can you really say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you really say? The dude was playing with fireworks, and you know what I'm saying? It's up out of here now. So he only down to 1 hand.
You out? Love you. My boy, Peter.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. Subscribe to the channel. Get them likes up. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
shit, man. Ooh. Hell yeah. Ooh. And the video. That girl, bro. I don't know, bro. I just wanna fuck her. I wanna fuck that girl, bro.
Ah,
Oh, shit. I thought you had No, because I was saying I wanted to, I fuck that girl, I want to fuck that girl, and that's why I thought you left. I didn't know you was hearing me.
inside the house. Wow, most people outside. No, man, hell no. The 4th of July is cool, but you know, it is what it is. I'd rather be streaming. You know, definitely appreciate you for tapping in with me. But my channel been growing daily, so it's like I definitely been staying on top of, you know, going live more and doing a little bit more stuff. You know what I mean? I just had a 6.5 hour stream a couple of days ago, back-to-back live. So, you know.
No, you gotta dance again.
My daughter loves you. My daughter, she loves you.
Whose daughter is this?
Answer the damn thing.
Whose daughter is this? Who's responsible for this one right here?
You know, everybody outside, you know, fireworks and all that, but you know what I mean? I'd rather be trying to build my shit up, my channel up, so you know how that might be. You say he go hard? Yeah. Man, get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media. Subscribe to the channel. Get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tap in with the tap in. If you know better, you'll do better. You understand me?
Mario?
Yes. Wow, yes.
Video game?
Yeah.
I don't think that's pretty up.
Yes. Yeah. One of my good friends named Mario.
Let me see. Let me skim through some of this.
Yo, hey, daughter.
Selfie?
It's going. Good jumping. I was like a banana right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was about to plan, man. Alabama?
Let's see.
Is the new one?
Dirty. Tap in. Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media.
It looks very
Get them
old,
likes
but
up.
new at the same time. Yeah, that's what I love. The new, the old, the new, and a little bit of the present.
Are you most obsessed by the future or the past?
You can't have a future without a past. All of what
Get them
you
likes
think
up,
about
man.
yourself.
Get them likes
And
up.
it's 20 years
Subscribe to the
since
channel at
because
Tay
when I
Luciano
discovered
Media.
music, like maybe something like 15 years ago now, it was a combination between stuff from the South, the deep sets, everything that people, but also it was a sound that I didn't know.
It feels nostalgic. Like my sound was very nostalgic to traditional hip hop. When we were popular, when we were coming up, it was just, most people sound like the region that they were from. So if you was from down south, you sound like you were from the South, you know, Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, wherever the region you were from, that's what you sounded like. And I think when we came, we kind of bridged the gap or kind of blurred and, you know, the lines and drew outside and colored outside of the lines.
And you were one of the first,
Yeah, for sure.
Representing that. And
We got that from 50 Cent.
yeah,
50 Cent, you ain't know if he was from like New York, Cali, or from the South.
yeah, and he was also one of the first ones to sing. You know, like he was a New York guy who was able to sing.
Nah, his nemesis Ja Rule was one of the first to sing, but we ain't gonna
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
true.
that.
Yeah, no, we don't want to. And you have a new track coming.
Yes.
Can you tell more a little bit about it? Because we have
It sounds like that picture.
wow.
That picture is the description.
Okay.
Right now is a very, very sensitive, hypersensitive time, especially for my culture, my country. Like gangsters, they don't pray for each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I pray for the gang.
There was a song from Tupac.
I wonder if Heaven got a ghetto. You can't check it, yo. You different, bro.
I just came from this moment. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was asking this question.
It's crazy. His best song to me was
Man, subscribe to the channel.
Like, you ain't never had a friend like me?
Yeah.
A friend like me, man, is crazy. It's just like rappers, they talk about things that you should desire, right? You want that guy's girl, you want that guy's car, you want that guy's lifestyle, depending on who you are. Usually, you know, that's how it is.
Yeah.
You never hear somebody brag about being an extremely great friend.
That's true.
You know, your ex will tell you, you never gonna meet a girl like me again. You never gonna have another bitch like me. You know.
Yeah, they all say that. They all say that.
Actually, friendship.
Yeah, right. Unity. It's always rivalry. I think that the world can use prayer right now. And we could all, regardless of your religious views and beliefs, we could all use a prayer, you know what I'm saying?
And I have to ask this question because, you know, we've been waiting for a new album for you. And you've been dropping several tracks over the last few years from GMB. GMB is one of my favorite tracks from you.
Thank you, bro.
Really. And you have a Cantona shirt. It means a lot for us. Can we expect something from you soon?
Yes, absolutely. I think the funny thing with me and just my journey and my career and my path and shit is just the ability to perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I'm a perfectionist, and I think that every time that I had said everything that I need to say, something else happens, something new happens, something else to talk about. And I think at this point, I'm just mainly concerned with just kind of like reintroducing myself. The guy I am now is not the guy I came in this business as. It's not the same kid, you know.
Of course.
We all know I'm a father now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a devoted father, not only that, family man and businessman and entrepreneur and all that good stuff. But I think me trying to make sure that, you know, my business is right, my life is right, my livelihood, all of that, you know, is aligned. I think that's the only time that you could actually do something productive or do something substantial. I want to evoke some type of emotion. If I'm out here telling y'all how pretty I am again, it's not talking about nothing. I really ain't had nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, if I talk to you about how, you know, I fucked your bitch or I could take your bitch again, it's not really talking about nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody know I love clothes, and you know I'm gonna talk about that, but it's not talking about nothing when it's just like, okay, what else, right? So I want to evoke emotion, and without forcing it, I'm just one of those artists that, you know, we do things without compromise.
You just said, you know, you've been saying lots of stuff in your previous albums, and you mentioned clothes.
Yeah.
And you're here because also you have a fashion show, and you know, like we know it's really part of your
Get them
life,
likes
it's
up,
always
man.
been-
Subscribe
that's
to the
always
channel.
been. And I was wondering, you know, because a lot of kids want to look like you, or want to be you, or want to dress like you. When you were a kid, you wanted to dress like who? Who was your hero in terms of style?
Bone Thugs and Harmony, New York rappers.
Okay. What kind of, like, which rappers?
You know where I'm from.
Also, Gypsy, Cameron.
Of course.
Yeah, and there was also a point when in terms of fashion, like, yeah.
I think they changed it, they revolutionized it. Grand Poobah.
Wow.
I think that when we talk about individual artists with style and shit, like Andre 3000, Most Def, so many people in hip hop that like contributes to this culture.
Because mostly people from hip hop that had an impact on you in terms of style when you were younger.
Everybody from hip hop, who I was gonna look up to.
I don't know, maybe like you have a movie with Denzel Washington coming, maybe Denzel also could have been someone that you were looking.
Denzel is hip hop.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, we could just like kind of equate the word to black.
Yeah.
Like hip hop. That's us. That's our culture.
Yeah. What was it like to play like Denzel's son?
But yo, I played his illegitimate son.
Oh, it was really, it was the
Nah, I'm his illegitimate son. He's from the Bronx, and my character's from the Bronx as well.
Oh, he got a movie coming out with Denzel. He got a movie coming out with Denzel. That's gonna be big, man.
And
that might take off for him.
You like it's not your first time in movies, but was it different to play with like a giant like him?
It was an honor, man. Like this Denzel, he's one of the greatest actors of all time. Just take race out of it, take gender out of it. He's just one of the greatest. That guy's a hip hop encyclopedia. Of course, he knows Miles Davis and he knows jazz and stuff, but what he listens to is that stuff.
So Denzel is listening to 3 6 Mafia and
no, like Moneybagg Yo.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
who would think?
Yeah,
he listens to NLE Chopper.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Denzel, listen to that. Denzel Washington.
He listens to Pooh Shiesty. Wow. People think I'm lying. People think I'm saying this shit to sound cool and make headlines. I'm dead fucking serious. This is what the dude do. I ain't one of them type of guys. That's what he's on. And I find it fascinating and relatable that this man who, you know, is 70 years old is like
so curious and
he's not curious, he's of the culture.
Yeah. So we're in Paris.
We're in Paris.
And it's not your first time, obviously, in this city. You know the city pretty well now.
Yeah, man.
What, I know it's maybe not an easy question, but what's your relationship with this city? Because from an outside perspective, like we're seeing you know, it's fashion shows, you know, and we have some great pics of you in Paris, but like, do you love the city, or are you only here for work? What's your relationship with the local culture?
I got much respect for Paris, man. I mean, I think if you get like accepted and respected here, that's just the pinnacle.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, when we talk about fashion, right? So that's why I thought it would be a great idea to premiere my collections out here. I've been coming to Paris fashion shows for over 15 years.
Damn, that's a long time.
You know, I dreamed of this. As far as the people, you guys are pretty snobby, but I fuck with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come clean. I love the culture.
Yeah.
What I love about the culture and what I love about Paris and why I have so much respect, and this is how I want to seriously answer this question. The reason why I have so much respect for Paris and for the culture is because of the connection between the Harlem Renaissance and Paris. You got to realize at a time when it was racial and segregated, you know, not only, discrimination, which was technically law back then, before the civil rights movement. Everybody kind of was separate. And after slavery was abolished in the 1800s, it took about like 30, 40 years for, you know, us, the black people, to get established. And Harlem is the mecca of black culture. If you were from the South, you migrated to Harlem. You were from the West and Midwest, you migrated to Harlem. There was a time when artists like Cab Calloway,
he talking that shit.
Hughes, Louis Armstrong, they would go to Paris and thrive. They would be able to sing their jazz. They would be able to paint their art and actually have a market and a place where it was appreciated. You know, I think Peggy Guggenheim and all these people played a major part in
Subscribe to the channel.
make black artists or just black art and you know, advocate for it, you know, and to make a long fucking statement short, Paris and New York and Harlem always had this like crazy connection. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Backfield, baby.
Backfield, we back. Like, subscribe, super thanks. Go to backfield.com. If you want a consultation, DM me, DM Heineken. Cop the Backfield Baby sweatshirts, cop my cookbook, and also join my school. It's on the school app, SKOOL. Go to ESSO, the university. That's $47 a month. And we back today. We got special guests, Mr. Viral, Mr. Ned. Everybody mad at. We got Jim Jones in the building.
Not everybody mad at
Jones!
bro.
So, yo, man, there's been a lot of controversy lately with you, man. You been going viral, man.
AKA a marketing genius.
As we supposed to.
No doubt.
I seen a lot of things take a spike. All equals $1. That's what we trying to make out here.
You
Get them likes up. Subscribe to the channel.
Backfield, baby.
Backfield, we back. Like, subscribe, super thanks.
Did y'all hear about
You want a consultation?
the member of the Outlaws?
Heineken.
I mean, the what's his name?
Sweatshirts, cop my cookbook.
Unalive itself?
My school. It's on the school app, SKOOL.
Y'all hear about that?
ESSO, the university. That's $47 a month. And we back today. We got special guests, Mr. Viral, Mr. Ned. Everybody mad at. We got Jim Jones in the building.
Not everybody mad at
Jones!
bro.
So, yo, man, there's been a lot of controversy lately with you, man. You been going viral, man.
AKA a marketing genius.
As we supposed to.
No doubt.
I seen a lot of things take a spike. All equals $1. That's what we trying to make out here.
You made a comparison with you and Nas, man. Everybody was talking about it. Now, why out of everybody you pick Nas, bro?
I didn't do it.
They asked him.
No,
they
no,
asked him questions.
I didn't do it.
What happened was these dudes out of Atlanta, D-Rad and Rain, they had spoken about Jimmy and Nas's name. And then that spiraled into Joe and Jada, and it took a whole life of its own, man.
But I said, although he asked him the questions, like, people don't know that the question was answered and this was moving up on the net before it was even spoke about.
When I listened to what Jimmy said, all the points he's given based on the fashion, based on how the mixtapes ran, based on the influence. If we take Nas, aside from lyricism, what else does he influence?
He sold a lot of records.
Okay, yeah, so selling records is influential in what?
And I hope not.
I just don't think you can compare
It's two different
the
things.
golden era when hip hop was just getting blown. Like when hip hop was just getting blown, that's when Biggie, Nas, and Jay was like really like.
And they also were spending millions of dollars on marketing money that even if an artist went platinum, he still didn't recoup.
Exactly.
Because they
It's
spent so
different.
much money on marketing and blowing. I'm an independent artist. Let's not forget that. Everything that I've done has been on my own merit. There's no comparison to nobody.
Subscribe to the channel.
Music market in New York was add something.
Get
to
the
your
likes
life,
up.
Doing your own shit. Independent record. Signed to an independent label in the beginning. I'm still an independent artist right now. I try to do the major thing to end up saying, now you could just go and sign me out because it didn't work in your favor. You know? So let's not forget all these different variables that I bring to the table.
When people didn't know about that?
And this is with no comparison. It's not like I think that people are looking at this and they forget about the amount of work that I put in and the amount of things that I put on the table of the culture. Hands down, can't nobody argue with me about that. I've done some things that people will never ever be able to duplicate or recreate again inside of this industry. You
I
know?
remember when Jim came to me, he wanted me to come meet him. I was in Harlem. He said, yo, come meet him. I came and met him. And he's like, yo, I want to play you this artist, man. And it was Joel's. It was on a cassette. And he was like, yo, what you think? I'm like, this is fire. I think I'm gonna take this cassette with me. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna take the cassette with me. And I played it was just a snippet. It was a snippet of Joel's. I played it from that snippet, the shit just went out of control. Like the need and want for, you know, that sound, that style, that music just like went crazy. So like Jim had the idea in his mind before it was even a thought to everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
But do you think this way because you was a part of the Diff set and because you was a part of a group and maybe Nas just been solo, people take credit from being inside a group and not being solo from the beginning?
Nah, I don't think it got nothing to do with that. Like, you know, what happened and what we did before, that was just us being combative and people just trying, I mean, but now it's just like, I'm where I'm at. I'm at the apex of what I do, you heard? So I'm talking about currently. You heard? Currently, nobody from my era really want to get busy or go and get into the booth with me right now, currently.
That's a lie.
This is a fact, Jack. You heard? If not, they would have stood up a long time.
Man, he's lying. He lied.
But this is where I'm at with my
That's
competitive
definitely a
nature
lie.
brings me here. And then if we go back for the last
That's
few
a
years,
lie.
the albums and the music that I've been dropping has been phenomenal.
Hey, Keto, what's going on with you?
Anybody's albums that they
Happy
drop,
4th if you,
I
mean, if you celebrate it.
They getting that, you heard?
But they not hearing you when you say that.
Get them
It's
likes
like
up,
they
subscribe to the
skipping
channel.
over.
Because you know,
They just saying,
sometimes I like to say, fuck it, I'm just gonna go on. Y'all gonna give me the lane, I'm gonna slam dunk this shit.
Yeah, he gotta make it look good for the
Don't give me that.
make it sound good for the people.
When I do have the platform, I can break everything down. I think everybody can break it down also. Where you're stuck on the sales, cool. You heard? There's a lot of people that sold more records than me that are also not around anymore. Gone. Diamond, 5-time platinum, 4-time platinum, gold artist. I've seen it since 1997. Gone. I'm still here. From whatever you painted the picture to be,
same here.
Being a hype man,
Me
or
too.
he wasn't the best rapper, or he just started getting whatever you want to narrative you want to paint. You still got to listen to me talking to you right now in 2025. What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Has Nas
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this, when people were comparing him and Jay was
Subscribe to the channel.
He did, like, and I don't want to talk about other people's career, but let's just get to the semantics of it.
Let's go
Nas.
Okay.
No, I don't know Nas to have a conversation with him. You don't have a conversation, you can have that too and shit like that. You dig? Like, I don't really care.
One thing I did see you do, I've seen you do this in Say Less, I've seen you do this in the studio. You pull out the 100K and say, who won it? What's up? Who won the dope?
100%. I ain't gotta hurt
He get it from his mama.
It's right It ain't a money thing, but this is here. You heard? If you want to get busy, is the money on the line? Any one of y'all from my era and before my era. You know, I started in 2003. Let's not forget that. Let's get it straight.
Yeah.
That's when I signed my deal. First time I heard Nas, I was in 10th, 11th grade at the barbecue. Things have changed tremendously since Nas was hot in the 90s. He had a smooth wave, but it didn't carry over the way that we seen other artists carry over that was supposed to be in his position. He was supposed to be a leader of, but he didn't get to finish his mission. But I don't care about that part. I care about right now. I've been getting busy. I'm outside. I've been leading an example in a great way. You heard I've been not chasing nothing young, but I'm mean and medium so these young niggas can understand what I got going on and understand the message that I'm preaching because I've been there and what they've been through. And the fact that I'm still in the game, I'm still going through what they've been through. So it's a two-way street. That's why I'm learning from them just as much as I'm teaching them.
What kind of lessons do you instill in some of these young cats coming up, man?
I live by example. You heard? If you can't look at me and see what I'm
no, for real. Nas got classics. Nas do. He got, you know what I mean? Super classics. He got classics. He definitely do.
In real time.
He do.
Right now on this platform, I'm showing them that. You heard? Like, what do you mean? Like, I've been instilling this shit. Like, I've been leading by example. I've not always been perfect, but I am the perfect example of what you could be if you stay down long enough till you come up.
Now, why you feel like people always trying to throw shots, though?
I mean, that's what they do. That's the media, you know? And I encourage it because if they don't throw shots, then I don't get to throw shots back and show them who I really am. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I'm a master of sticks and stones.
You and Shannon Sharp is going at it.
Shannon's a bozo, man. Man is a bozo, man.
He said Shannon's a bozo. Shannon Sharp is a bozo. That's crazy.
I think that would be dope.
He would say that.
He don't want to get in jail. He's too old.
crickets.
Yo, Jimmy.
I break that nigga in 30 minutes.
But let me ask you a question. I want to give him credit. Every time we do interviews, right? You know, and your name is brought up, and they talk to Esso about the dynamic. He's always saying Jimmy's the only dude in our age range that the young dudes really revere on a different capacity, and you're not trying to be around them. You know how niggas try to be young and force it? It's a natural magnetism. Where does that come from?
I'm just being me, naturally being me.
Oh.
You heard? And I've been put in a position where I wish people would have reached for me when I was younger. Or people had showed me a thing or two.
Would you been ready to listen?
Or people that
In reality.
who knows, but we didn't get that opportunity. There was nobody there doing that for us. You did.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, they did put that on the map. Most definitely. Hell yeah. They did put Love and Hip Hop on the map.
Where I'm from, nigga, we all showing each other how to hustle and shit like that. So why would I change my narrative when I got into the game? You did? Like, I'm giving the sauce up so we all can eat.
You was the first one going viral during COVID with the whole, you know, internet studio connection and just like doing sessions online.
I made a lot of money during COVID. I made more money during COVID than I had made in the previous 2 years, and I was in a few months and shit like that. Like shots of my man Pone, we ran it up. Doing features every night.
Ain't that 7:30 more work or something like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was, I mean, the pandemic had helped me out tremendously because when my back was against the wall, I was able to think outside of the box and still be able to make $1 when it was very hard for artists to do so, when there was no shows and nothing like that. And in turn, I was able to create a technology that Amazon and AWS has adopted. So now I got like cloud technology certificates, all that type of shit. So when people look at me, like I'm a multifaceted person. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm not the master of one. I'm not the master of none, but I'm better than the master of one. And I really mean that. So when people see me, I'm prepared for everything. This how I wake up. This is my mantra in life, nigga. You gotta be prepared for everything because you never know what might come at you today. You dig? So when I'm talking my shit and all that shit, that's just the entertainment for you. Like I have a whole bigger narrative that I'm working on and shit like that people don't even see coming or know. Do they want to know about? Because people are more entertained by the lies than the truth. The truth hurts way more. I've been showing people the truth for a long time. I know it hurts. That's why the hate comes so fast at me. You heard?
You market and you promote very well, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like people respect you how well you do that, or they getting, or is the public getting it mixed up and they don't understand what you're saying?
The market,
because you taught me something about marketing promo last year or way back when you first did the freestyle against Pusha T. And you called me, you said, come and film this shit. You know what I'm saying? Come and film it at these niggas.
You said he need a podcast because he run his mouth consistently. Yeah.
And did I call that? Everything was gonna happen.
You called it, right? But you keep doing it, right? But I know what you're doing because I've been privy to conversations. But to the world, I don't think that they could tell.
Yeah, like even when I did the Fat Joe and James joint, I told him, I said, you sure you want to do this today or you want to do it after Summer Jam? You want to do it today? All right, cool. I know. All right, cool. I'm gonna make sure everybody has Summer Jam by using this platform. You heard? And what happened?
I think people are scared. Remember when I asked you about it, but you deal with it differently than everybody else does.
Because I've learned how to turn and take my negatives and turn them into positives, and that should turn into some money for me. You know what I mean? Like what would I be mad at people that dislike me or be mad at people that still hate at me? Years ago, I didn't know how to control it. I had to work on it for many years for me not to stop crashing out or shit like that and getting too emotional about everything that's going on around me. That's why I'm in the position I'm in now. And I figured out how to control it. You heard? No matter what people think. You heard?
I know you had your IF situation.
IFC, well, IFC's still going on. I just actually brought, let's just say well, I own a whole city block.
Oh, man. He said he own a whole city block.
Something like that.
He own a whole city block.
We don't got strip malls in New York, but I got a whole city block full of storefronts, and then I got
you got the block.
500 square feet content facility inside, which in turn I'm going to use for as the ISC home base, but it also opened the doors to podcasters, streamers, gamers, full production in there, green screen, and setting up the newsroom in there, all type of other things for people to have fun. So it's going to be a full laid out work environment, even though it's going to be a
fun place to be at. Also gonna open it up to the school during the daytime, teach some kids classes about streaming, marketing, and if people want to know about music and engineering and shit like that, open it up for the kids and things like that during the day. So I had a whole blueprint that I'm excited about what I'm about to start doing and shit like that. You know what I mean? So thanks to everybody who helped me put it together and got it done. Shouts to everybody that been down for so long. This is a great, what they call a generational wealth. This is a great generational wealth move for myself and shit like that. I'm proud of my birthday.
Subscribe to the channel.
For myself.
Well, it seems like it's a give back to the kids, and you got something going on for the community. Right. How about all the people that always keep saying that you don't do that, as if they don't see you in the trenches with the kids, or is it you give back in a different way than they're expecting you to?
Subscribe to the channel at Tay Luciano Media. That's Tay Luciano Media.
If you know anything about me, then you know I'm a constant giver, especially to my community and people that need. Before I go, I wanted them to know that I gave more than I took, and I was able to take a lot, and I'm still taking. So just imagine that. You know what I mean?
You're giving out them gift cards, right?
Yo, that's a whole other thing. But as for the people that say I do otherwise and just want to just constantly hate on me, kudos to them. You heard? As long as I'm going to keep getting something to hate on, then they're going to have to keep hating and talk about me for a long time, because I'm not going to stop. And like what you said, for the kids, I created a program with Reebok. Shout out to Shaq. The program is a AAA program. It's a high school program that I created for kids, and it goes by academics, attendance, and athletics. And these kids can collect a gift card upwards of $250 if they complete all of these things, all these 3 things. And then they could turn around and use that gift card to go online and buy drip from Reebok, Nautica. There's a few other online shopping places that these kids could go. I'm grateful that I've done that. I was just talking about it on one of these platforms one day, and then Reebok reached out to me and was like, yo, we want to adapt that. So we used a couple of schools in New York as a catalyst to see how we move forward, and hopefully we can adopt a lot more schools to this program, and a lot more brands call us up and add to this program.
Well, why do you think that's not highlighted? I know the negativity makes the net run, but is there any way that you could highlight it more?
I mean, I highlight the things I highlight, man. I do what I can. You know what I mean? And I can't be stuck on one thing for too long. You know, my heart goes in so many ways, but I put everything into my heart. So I like the fire, and hopefully the people make that shit turn into a fucking forest fire. You know what I mean? I also have a book that I just dropped, a literature book for kids. It's about music, how to do music, how to write music, how to get in business with music, how to start LLCs. There's a whole business form that's cultivated around the music business and things like that. That's another thing that I just started. I put it on my gram today and things like that. And kids, or people of all ages, go get the workbook, and it's dope. It's dope. It shows you how it's like got like a 30-day process, and every day is different things you should do if you're trying to open up a business, start from the LLC to the da to the da to the da. And it's crazy because when I looked at it,
damn,
I was looking at it like, yo, going through it, and he was going through it. I'm like, damn, I've never done this in my life.
What you mean?
Like the process it is to open up business, all that type of shit. Not to say it because I always had people doing it, but looking at the process, it was kind of dope. Like I want to do this for myself. I want to start my own business and go through the 30-day process myself, just on my own merit. Like I'm going to school to get my own degree. Like certain things I haven't gotten to do in life, like these little things, because we've been catered to for so long in our life and shit like that. So there's a lot of things that just go by. Long story short, yeah, I love the kids. I love giving back. I love
what's up.
Giving people knowledge that they don't have, and I love learning.
I think something you said about highlighting, I think Jimmy's just one of those special entities where he's put on this place to deal with the fuckery, because all we've ever seen him on TV is show love to his lady. You don't hear him in the streets having no issues, but then complaining about his relationship. He's not in court for no free calls, no nothing.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let's keep that out. We don't do no cheap shots. You heard?
No, I'm just saying in general. Because they're doing it to Fat Joe. That's the rollout now to all the powerful black men.
Well, they've been trying to take powerful black men down for
that's the problem.
Way before they did it with Michael Jackson and things like that. Like it's just we get in a place of power or money. I don't know if that's what it is, or get in a place of us not wanting to do what they expect us to do, and it starts to get into a terrible downfall. But I don't want to get into that and things like that. But I do love my lady very much.
And it's always been
a relationship is not the easy. thing, I tell you that is one of the most craziest things you can do. But if you have a real bond, it's one of the most fulfilling things that you're gonna have in your life, to have somebody that's gonna hold you down through all circumstances, no matter what. I mean, through the ups and through the downs. And through the downs, and when you're down, that's the person that's gonna pick you up. And I've seen it in real time. You know?
I commend you for dealing with it
For real.
in the radio room the way you dealt with it, because it was like a shock factor. Like,
okay,
like if I was there, I would have been
what did we just talk about? Didn't I just tell you? Didn't you just give them a story about I told you come to the block? Sierra walks by. She threw an alley-oop. She started saying, yo, what's up with my girl Chrissy? You good? She said, don't make me come over there. Come over. You heard? Don't make me come over there. Come over. Oh, I'm going viral.
But Jim,
it didn't matter what she said.
But do you?
I'm going viral. I'm confident in my relationship.
What do you think yeah, that's cool, but what do you think? Like, you don't ever think, like, why the fuck? Like, of all things, you could came over here and said anything.
Brother, if I was not in this music industry as an entertainer, I would be living. I put my life out there for everybody to see and to perceive. So while I'm in the public, who am I to really get upset about what people have to say about me and our relationship, because we put it out there?
That's real perspective.
That's like me coming outside and saying I want to take a picture with people, and I hate when artists do that, nigga. That picture is pure currency of who you are. Right. It's part of your job description. They're not asking you for too much, because they see somebody they love and adore. It's very seldom I do not take a picture. I'm talking about very fucking seldom. You heard? Very seldom. But it's just things like that, you know what I mean? So,
but where does that mental strength come from? That what you're saying that you do is cool, but it's not a normal thing, though, bro. That's all I'm saying. If it was normal, everybody could do it.
In the projects, I grew up with the rats and the roaches and the mice.
He's telling the truth about that. For sure he did. He did.
The
rats, the roaches, all that. He grew up with all that.
Cakewalk. You talk about me as a cakewalk, bro. You heard? It's a fucking cakewalk. Y'all doing all this shit to me as a cakewalk. I had people shoot at me. I had people chase me. I've been through everything you can fucking possibly imagine to care about somebody talking to me in the media, and if I do it right, I'm end up getting paid off of it.
You talk about marriage, man. He's from Jersey, man. Like, once you live with someone for a year, it's kind of law marriage, man. You are married already. Technically, you are married by all the rules already. So it is what it is. So that walking down the aisle is just like, for sure.
Why do you still love rap?
I believe every lady deserves that moment. You dig? And you're not gonna count that out. You dig? And I hear what you're saying also, coming from a man's point of view. So I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? But yeah, every lady deserves it. You know, every good woman deserves it. And shit like that, especially. So you dig? So Chris, but yeah, guys.
Why do you still love rap?
Why do I still love rap?
You still love it because you love it. I feel like seeing you rap. You love it just as much as a young nigga who just started rapping, bro.
Yeah, because rap is my life. It's not something we do. Hip hop is a race. We are our own race. We have our own dialect. We have our own languages. We are our own.
No, that's true.
So where am I going?
I think he believes what motivates you to still want
the money. The fucking money.
But he does so many things. Fashion. If he puts his mind to it, he can do whatever he wants to do. So if it's fashion, that's why I say because you love fashion.
I get to tell my story.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to.
And my story is forever going. Every day I wake up and live life is another story I get to tell. I'm a storyteller, girl. I want to tell people what's going on out in the world. I touch on so many, get to touch on so many subjects. I get to touch so many people through my speech. Not to mention, this is what starts everything for us as artists, is the music. Yeah. The business is second. You ain't getting no business if the music ain't lit. You know? If you're not outside and they don't want to do, people don't want to sing you, be like, you ain't causing the records, you ain't viral, you're not getting no business. You know? And while I want to stay in this game and make money off this game, I gotta be at the top of the game. I can't do none less. Else, where I'm at is not gonna be respected. They're not gonna jack it, you heard? I gotta keep pushing forward. I gotta break down all walls in front of me. When they said I was getting doper last year, this year, everybody, damn, this nigga not stopping. And I know I'm not gonna stop. I'm breaking another wall down. You heard?
I wanted to get your take on Complex put out the top 50 New York City rapper list. What do you think about that?
They did?
Yeah, they did.
Who was on it?
They left some.
They left a lot of pictures out, bro.
Who was top 10?
Top 10. I know Jay was on there. I think Nicki was on there.
Yo, at the first list, Jada Kiss wasn't even on there.
See, that's what these niggas be
On the first list, they had to revamp the list.
Jada wasn't even on.
Jada wasn't even on there.
They be smoking
I don't know
coke.
who making these lists, but listen, y'all
bro.
need to quit while y'all are there.
Jada put
They're
you on
They're not
Quit.
valid, bro.
Don't make no more lists. It's cool.
Bro.
We understand what y'all trying to do. You're trying to
You
go
really had
viral.
to have a
Look at
rapper.
the
You really had to be a rapper, score some real platinum and gold shit for you to be critiquing like this. Like that's like me going to the tattoo parlor and get a tattoo from a nigga that don't got no tattoos.
That's a fact.
How would I feel comfortable?
Yeah, that don't
getting
even make
tattoos
sense.
from you,
Like, what the
Jack?
fuck?
And that's the same thing about these niggas putting their 2 cents on what's going on, because these was the niggas that wanted to be basketball players, but they were scrubs. They couldn't even get on a high school basketball team. So now they want to talk about all the basketball players. It's the same thing. These are the niggas that want to be rappers, was in their mirror, and in their mirror was reflecting some weak shit. They like, I can't even do it.